Hello, everyone. My name is Chenny from Goldfinger Holdings. I am the product manager of TestRay app inside Jira. Welcome to today's micro webinar. Today, I'm going to talk about advanced test case management techniques in Jira. So the advanced test case management techniques in Jira needs to be done together with TestRay app. So before I show that feature, let's just do some comparison between Jira native feature and the TestRay features. So let's say we are going to use Jira native project or Jira native feature to handle test cases. Let me create the first test case first. Test case 1 and then create. Now let me launch a Jira native test case to see what content they are. So this is definitely a test case issue, and I have summary. I didn't put any description there, but if you are a tester, you will see that this test case is lack of structured steps. I mean, there's no individual tester steps, so that in the future execution, you cannot do execution step by step. So it is also lack of the coverage of the requirement. I mean, there's no relations be established from test case to requirement. And you cannot say the test case execution history as well. There's no history at all. So Jira doesn't have any concept to reuse your test case for your execution. I mean, you cannot create test execution from test case directly. That means the execution is not easy to be done with Jira native features. Okay, so this is a single test case. Then let's try to find how Jira natively organize issues or organize test cases. So first of all, let me go to this page. So this is the Jira search page. This is the only way for Jira to manage or to organize a set of issues or a set of test cases. It is always a flat list. There's no folder structure. There's no logic way to manage your test cases. All these features are missing from Jira. So it is okay actually if you have 10 or 20 test cases to be managed, to be organized. That is fine. You can tag, you can give different components or labels, etc., because you only have few of test cases. But think about that. You have a big team. You have thousands of test cases. So you cannot always use the flat list to structure your test cases, right? To organize your test cases. Otherwise, it will be a big pain for the execution, because during the execution, there's no structure at all. So everything is a flat list, so you cannot execute them one by one in a logic way. So all these test case management features are missing from Jira natively. So that's why today I want to show the TestRay features, how TestRay achieve all these features inside Jira. So now let me just launch a TestRay project. You see, for TestRay, there is a test suite page to centrally manage all the test cases, or you can see it as test case repository. And then TestRay provide tree structure or the folder structure to organize, to structure of your test cases. Now let me just expand. One of the subsuite, you see you can create different levels of test suite and then put your test cases inside. So Jira can, once Jira creates a new test case, it will be in a flat list. Let's see how TestRay handle this. So you can create test case directly from this subsuite, and then let's say TestRay test case, and then create. Once the creation is done, you see test case will be located inside the folder. That means if you have many test cases, all these test cases can be organized in a such of logic way. So this folder structure will be reflected in the execution phase as well. So when you do your test execution, these test keys will be shown in folder structure. Now, let me open a TestRay test keys to see what contents are there. Let me open these new created test keys. You see here, we have test step panel to store or test step information like step 1, step 2. And if you want to clone a test step, you can use clone option like this way and then edit. So it's quite easy. And to save your time, let me just open an existing test case with some good data created there. So this is how a TestRay test case looks like. You see, we have structured test steps. All these steps can be executed in an independent way. And if you want to clone a step, it's quite simple. You can just clone and then add. It's quite easy. So, and if you want to import and export steps, it's easy inside TestRay. And TestRay also have the feature to connect the test keys to the requirement to make sure that the traceability can be done within Jira. So if you open the requirement and then scroll down, you will see the corresponding test cases there as well. So it's quite easy. And TestRay also provide you the test suite information. That means sometimes if you want to read your test case location in your test case repository, it's quite simple. Just click on this link and then the folder structure will be presented here. You can see where is your test case located. It's quite simple. And if you want to check your test execution history, TestRay provide such kind of test plan panel to show all this information. And here shows the result from each different test plan and cycle. If you want to see further of your execution details, click on this result. You will see the test case run window with execution history like result, time step, defect, or whatever attachment or step, result, etc. All this information is covered inside a TestRay test case. TestRay also provide a feature to do quick execution, which is called ad hoc test run. So means if you want to create and test execution from test case directly, you can just go with this option and then put your result and then save it. You see a new record has been created directly from the test case. The result is passed. Yeah, this is how a single test case looks like. So let's just go back to compare again with Jira native test case. It has nothing, no step, no requirement, no execution history, no test case repository information, no ad hoc test run. All these features, they are in our TestRay app. It's quite simple, clear, and convenient for any tester to use. Now let me go back to tester suite page to see how test case is organized. I mean, you can create each different tester suite to manage different set of test cases. Now let me show you how fast it will be to create 100 test cases from an Excel file, because a lot of teams, they are using Excel to do their daily test case management or a test case creation. Then after a period, they want to import them back to Jira and TestRay. So you can use this import option and then find your CSV file and click on the next button. So it gives you the mapping information. You have to map to make sure that the necessary information is imported. So let me do this quickly. And even more, if you want to link these test cases after the import, you can map this requirement information So the test case is created, and then this test case will be linked to the corresponding requirement at the same time. I have clicked on the import button. You see here, 63 has been created. Let's wait. You see, it's fast, right? 100 test case with folder structure information is super fast. If I click, the structure information is created. You see that how the test cases looks. And if I open my test case, you see the motive steps are created as well by the import. So this is quite useful if you are using, if you want to move your test case from an external system or other test management system, you can use this import to do that. Another tips to create your test cases fast is that sometimes you can do multiple clone of your test case like this way. We have clone option, and then you can just choose a target suite, give a new name like new test case, like new as a prefix, and then clone. Once the clone, it has been done actually. Now let me refresh. You see here, install and uninstall, you will see 4 new test cases cloned from the original one here. So it is quite useful, especially you want to do some minor change and then create a new test case. Just click on it. You see all the steps from the original test cases are there. So this helps user a lot to do such kind of advanced test case management. So sometimes we may need to reorganize our test case, right? We need to reorder our test cases or change the structure. We can simply drag and drop. This is kind of basic operation, but if you want to do more, for example, I want to combine these subsuite with 14 test cases to a different test case repository. It is super easy from TestRay. You can use this move or copy action. Okay, I want to move these install test cases to a new location. I can simply choose a target and then do the move. You can do either move or copy. If you do move, it will be deleted from source and then it will be displayed in the target. But if you do copy, it will not be deleted from source. And then if I go back to this page, and here you see flight reservation system, now it has 26 test cases. If I open it, you see install, uninstall test cases 14 has been listed here. So this helps user to restructure or reorganize test cases inside Jira. So it can do with multiple test cases, like hundreds of test cases. It will save a lot of time for end user if they want to do such kind of like import to create hundreds of test cases or restructure hundreds of test cases, etc. This is really helpful and convenient for testing team. Yeah, that's it for today's webinar for advanced test case management techniques. If you have any question or you want to learn more about our TestRay app, feel free to reach out to us at sales@goldfingerholdings.com. Again, thanks for joining, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. Thank you. Bye-bye.